Hi, my name is Miss Collins, and today I'd love to tell you a little bit more about my science program. So, I'm a certified science teacher and a curriculum writer. I've been teaching for 25 years and writing curriculum for various school systems and private companies, and a homeschool parent for over 12 years. For the school system, I create Canvas courses, slideshows, assessments, and worksheets. I also provide virtual teaching during and after school hours. For charter and private schools, I provide science assessments, virtual tutoring and Zoom classes, and lesson plans for teachers and substitutes. For co-ops, I provide grade level assessment, Zoom classes, lab sessions, lab templates, and lesson plans. But for homeschool families, I provide grade level science assessments, one-on-one sibling Zooms and Google Meet classes and self-paced classes, lots for homeschool families, as you can tell. So let's go over some of my class examples and more information. So I utilize Google Classroom for all of my classes, self-paced and live. Each week, students have 5 to 7 assignments to work on with clear instructions and examples. Assignments are labeled via tasks. So as an example, week 1, you're going to find task 1, task 2, task 3. And so Monday, of course, would be task 1, and Tuesday would be task 2. But if the student is working at a self-paced format, they can work on tasks 1 through 5 on Monday if they wanted to. So each week, students upload their work, note cards, lab reports, and video responses using their personal computer or their iPhone or Google Classroom. So as you can see, here's the student. She's showing me that she's completed her note cards. And then down below, you're going to see a student has labeled the parts of the skin when we were studying anatomy. So how does self-paced classes work? So for self-paced, also called asynchronous, students log into the classroom to complete the assignments independently, or a parent has the option to use the material to teach from home. This is really great for families that are RV families or travelers where you have limited Wi-Fi access. Great for athletes or actor families, perfect for students who prefer to move at a faster or maybe even a slower rate. Self-paced classes allow the family to choose the pacing without deadlines set by a teacher like myself, because I do not know what format you use at home. So it's always best for the parents to choose that pace. Provides a more relaxed atmosphere for learning without having set deadlines. How does live classes work? So of course, live is going to be either group or one-on-one. So for the group session, students are joining me as a group once a week via Zoom or Google Meets. But during the Zoom, we're going to listen to a lesson, perform labs together, complete a live game style assessment. And yes, your child can have a one-on-one Zoom lesson with a certified science teacher. This normally surprises lots of families when they find out that this is available. But I work with you to find the best time. So if it's a semester class, which would be 17 weeks, we would decide which 17 dates you want to meet via Zoom. And so it doesn't mean that on Mondays at 4 o'clock is the only time we can meet. Let's just say your child has basketball practice the next month at that time. So we'll work it out together on when we could meet. So what is some pros of live Zoom? So the students are provided a one-on-one or group session. There's other students, they may prefer a teacher-led lesson. This also type of learning really sets a more rigid schedule for students that don't work well independently and they need weekly deadlines. So together as a family, sit down and talk about what learning style works best for you. So all of my classes have labs. Labs to me are a key part of all science classes. So my classes have lots of labs. We're going to be doing lots of hands-on activities. So my classes are actually 50% curriculum and 50% labs because I want to encourage that active project-based learning. So expect your child to be doing lots of models out of clay, with Play-Doh, with candy. So I try to make it lots of fun. We do lots of science sketching. So all of my students have a spiral notebook. It doesn't matter if it's a high school student or an elementary student. We're going to be doing lots of drawing and labeling, depending on the grade level, how detailed that would be. But if we're studying the animal cell, for example, a student would be drawing the animal cell and labeling it. Lots of edible labs, a favorite of students. So I try to encourage as many edible labs in as possible. So as an example, that's a cell up top that a student made. So I told them to be creative, look around your house, whatever kind of candy you have, let's make a model out of it and then label the candy parts. Play-Doh and clay. Yes, my high schoolers love using clay and Play-Doh too. And so we will make lots of 3D models to help with comprehension. I provide a lot of optional labs that are set up for siblings and families to do together. And so you'll find those to be lots of fun. Nature collecting. I love to encourage students to get outside and collect things and upload pictures of what they find. Field trips, when you sign up, you let me know what state you're in. And so I usually provide a list of things that maybe might be of interest to you and museums that I know of and virtual field trips too that we can do online. I'm a wildlife rehabber, and so I love to add in crazy photos of my animals or me with my animals into the slideshows. And then I also like to bring my animals into the Zooms. Study skills and interactive. So I worked as a study skills coach and I've worked as a teacher. So I try really hard to infuse those two because really they truly work together. So I do go over the Cornell note-taking skills for my high schoolers. We do a lot of interactive notebooks, making note cards, drawing, things like that. I use a lot of interactives. I am very well versed in the ed tech world. When I was in the school system, I would train teachers on how to use Google Classroom and how to use Quizy and Epic Books and Nearpods and things like that. So I love interactives. This is really great for vocabulary practice and unit assessments. Video resources, I'll use a lot of different ones. A lot of the videos will be ones that I've created, but it can also be Bill Nye or CK12, Brain Pop, Generation Genius, NASA. For all of my assessments, even for my live and my self-paced students, I use Quizy, and so I provide you a code. So you can take that test whenever it's convenient for you, and you can retake the test as many times as you needed for mastery. All of the assessments are graded online with immediate feedback, so grading is included. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at sciencewithcollins@gmail.com or hit the Contact Us button on the website. Thank you so much.